chain, a city waiting, silent watching. The Vandals broke the aqueducts, left Carthage dry, the fear and thirst. Carthage ruled the western sea, a place of love, learning. Latin voices filled the streets, Christian prayers in open daylight. Ships once gathered from every shore, grain and gold moved through the harbor. Then the aqueducts were torn apart and water failed the heart of Carthage. Church doors closed or watched too closely, Christian voices forced too quiet. Latin prayers were kept in whispers, Africa endured in silence. Belisarius, Rome restored, not by fire but by the law. Belisarius, Africa free, one man turned the course of history. Belisarius, hear the cry, Rome has come and will not die. Belisarius, stand and see, eagle rising from the sea. At first light sails on the horizon, no sound of panic, no wild shouting. Not for plunder, not for gold, orders given and obeyed. Bread was bought in open market, silver counted, measured fairly. No house burned and no man taken, or to walk the roads again. Pay, they said, they do not take. Men stood still, not trusting what they saw. Not by terror, not by fire, Rome returned and stood among them. Belisarius, Rome restored, not by fire but by the law. Belisarius, Africa free, one man turned the course of history. Belisarius, hear the cry, Rome has come and will not die. Belisarius, stand and see, at a decimum the line was broken, speed and timing, not brute force. At Trachamarum it was finished, a kingdom falling in a moment. No long war stretched out for years, no slow bleeding of the land. 6 months and it all was over, Rome stood firm across Africa. Raise the arches stone by stone, water running where it vanished, where the Vandals cut the lifeline. Fountains rise in Carthage again. Christian voices fill the streets, no more silence, no more fear. Latin spoken in the daylight, life returning fully Roman. Belisarius, Rome restored, not by fire, by the law. Belisarius, Africa free, one man turned the course of history. Belisarius, breaker of chains, ended fear that filled the years. Belisarius, hear the cry, Rome has come and will not die. 100 years beneath the chain, 6 months and Rome rose again.